What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video we're focusing on how the Springboks destroyed the chances of the Sunwolves to take part in Super Rugby, according to former coach Tony Brown, who has stated that we voted against the Sunwolves, we as in South Africa, as a revenge movement because we didn't get the vote from Japan for the 2023 Rugby World Cup. Now, this has recently come about. It used to be old news. Now it's come back in the news when the Sunwolves unfortunately didn't get selected for the Australian Super Rugby campaign, which is due to kick off in July. And now it's ignited a few new rumours of him saying, or comments, sorry, not rumours, comments from Tony Brown saying that SA killed off the Sunwolves he's that we have a hatred towards Japan and Japan rugby, which I think is absolute hogwash because the respect and love shown in the 2019 Rugby World Cup with South Africa towards Japanese fans, the culture, the respect, the love, the passion, and vice versa, the fans' love and passion that they showed towards the Springboks by filling up stadiums in the trading games. There was a lot of love between the two, so the hatred talk, I just don't get, and why he has to bring it up. He said, I mentioned previously the hatred South Africa had for the Sunwolves because of that. He said, I think that's where it started, and now we've ended up with not having the Sunwolves involved and a little bit of grey around what role Japan will play in the future Super Rugby and all that stuff. But it was stated by Andy Marriott, who is the CEO of Sunwolves. He said in a statement, the decision was not taken lightly. It was a tough one, obviously, and they wanted to try and get a Super Rugby Asia Pacific competition, also involving the Pacific Island nations. Again, this was all talk earlier in the year. Obviously, a lot has changed since then. He also said Sanzo was advised by Japan Rugby Football Union in early March that they would no longer be in a position to financially underwrite the Sunwolves' future participation post-2020, Marino said in a statement. Therefore, making Super Rugby will turn to a 14-man competition now could be less because of the whole talk with the Jaguars on a round-robin basis from 2021. But obviously, since then, a lot has changed. The Jaguars are pulling out because they've allowed their players to go play overseas, so technically that team's going to just fall apart. So a lot is happening. But going back, Super Rugby has been a problem for a few years now. We've had low stadium attendance records within the stadiums of the sport. I know Japan and the Sunwolves did a lot, but it's not been good, and a change was indeed needed. We needed to see a shake-up of the tournament, going back to the round robin of what we had in Super 14, Super 12 even, I recommend, and just to shake it up, because people weren't excited about Super Rugby as they were in the past. It had kind of lost interest, if we could call it that. But there's still a passion, there's still a love, and there's still a feature for the tournament going forward. And now with COVID-19, the appreciation for the tournament has indeed grown because of the excitement we are seeing for Super Rugby New Zealand kicking off this weekend. So there's a lot of good things to look out for. But unfortunately, for Japan and the Sunwolves, it just didn't make sense. They didn't put their stamp down as what we saw Jaguars do, whereas they got better and they proved each year. They got into the playoffs, they got into the knockouts, they topped the South African Rugby Conference in Super Rugby. They did well, they earned their position. As for Sunwolves, unfortunately it just wasn't the same for them. But it did in return do a lot of development for Japanese rugby, etc., etc. And I mean, now Japan's rugby league is growing and getting bigger, money is getting invested, so they're going to get better and have their own team. But I am for Japan being included in some sort of a tournament with the Pacific Island teams so we can grow rugby and all that jazz. And also with Japan being announced as a tier 1 nation, they need to be included somewhere. Where, we don't know. There's a rumor of 6 nations. We just don't know at this stage. But to physically accuse South Africa of being the ones who killed them off, I think is absolute rubbish. I mean, yes, it was a tough loss, but we knew it was going to happen. It was either going to, I mean, a lot of people thought Ireland was going to get it with South Africa, but then France came up. And I mean, we all know the rumours behind that of being a little bit of pain here and there in order to get achievements. Well, so let's not forget, there's a lot of instances that are around the table as to why and if and who and how. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think South Africa are the reasons for Sunwolves to be gone? Or is Tony Brown over-exaggerating just a little bit? I think he is. But again, that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you real soon for another one. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.